Hey everybody. Before I start into the topic that I'm gonna broadcast today, I want to bring up something for all the people that supported this presidency. What's going people people like you know Blair White and all of these brain dead anti social justice um, people is defending him for absolutely everything. That's my text message. This is what happens when you have a MacBook Pro. But defending him, defending um, the rhetoric that he has, somebody like Blair, that is a transgender person that Trump would not give two flying fucks about. Won't. Won't give a rat's ass about uh, the people that he voted for, but only the top 1%. I've been going on her Facebook and looking at her threads, and there's this one video that she was calling somebody a black Hitler. Blair, let me ask you a question. Did black people put white people in 240 years of chattel slavery? Did they have 100 years of Jim Crow? Did we did 50 years of segregation, the civil rights movement? Did we bomb four little white girls in the church? Did we hang white people on a noose that um, did we hang white people on a noose and have picnic with them and having a good old time while we hanging black people on a noose? I mean, white people on a noose. If you say no to all of that, then you're full of shit. It's a lot of shit that people is calling you out on. A lot of shit. You and Trump have something in common. Y'all have a lot of shit that you that 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 we should call you out on, but we don't because people are too scary to call you to call you out on the bullshit. Sorry about this. Anyway, you and Trump have stuff in common. A lot of stuff in common because y'all high shit and you think it's okay. You do that. You said Black Hitler on your page and he didn't debate you. He didn't debate you. Uh, I'm gonna tell you why he didn't why he's not going on your platform to debate you. And I'm sorry, this is supposed to be a Trump rant, but please bear with me. I want to tell you why he didn't do it on his platform because you got all the odds. Y'all have all the things. You didn't you. you didn't want to donate money to his cause. I understand that you don't want to donate money to the people because you feel uncomfortable. That's your money. I can understand that. I can understand why you didn't want to do it. I'm not faulting you on that one. He don't want to go on your channel because you have all all the power and all the odds in your favor. I'll give you an example, and this what Phil be saying from at on the Vice show. This is what he be saying. When it comes to a debate, it needs to be at a neutral spot with a neutral moderator. That means a neutral spot. That means a neutral area that is neutral in between with a moderator that either y'all don't know about because y'all don't have conflicts of interest. When you saying in your video, Blair, that we gonna have your moderator, they know you, so they can go and bat for you. They can go and try to overpower the person and overtalk the conversation. That's why he say no. Any good reasons why he say no. It's not because he's scared of you. It's not because he's a bitch. It's because you have on your platform you have all the power. On his platform you have all the power. I will use an example. If me and Phil was gonna have a discussion about something, he's not gonna go on my platform. I'm not gonna go on his platform. I'm gonna go on a third person platform that we know that way it'll be on their platform. That way everybody is agreed to it. He know he is walking in a hornet's nest. That's why he didn't want to debate you. It's not because he's scared. It's not because he's a bitch. It's not because he's this or he's that or he's Black Hitler, because I don't know why you call a person Black Hitler. Maybe he didn't want to debate you because you call him Black Hitler. Ever thought about that? You're calling these people names and stuff, and you don't want to hear different people points of views. You don't. And I'm a relatively very, very, very small channel with just a couple of subscribers. And at the point, I don't care how many subs I have. If one person watch it, that should be all. That should be Murder She Wrote. If you're gonna debate somebody, my invitation is open, and I'll go on your page, and I will lambast, filibust, do all of that, bring all proof of evidence from other people that from the Black tubers to support any of the situation about change about African Americans. I can bring how we are suppressed, how we do it, how everything is against us, how the odds are stacked against us. I can bring the evidence, and it will be so bad that you'll be shitting for days. Now, got that out of the way. I'm going to talk about more about the point that I had for this podcast last night, but I was so tired I couldn't do it, so I left it us for this afternoon. With Trump supporters like Blair and all the other people in the anti-social justice warrior sphere, it's not calling out Trump with he hiding, how he hiding stuff from the general public. I'm going to show you this clip from the Vice show. I want to show you this clip. You know, and if you don't want to call them out after this, then I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, my phone is connected to my computer. That's what we have when we have the laptop. Something that Blair can't get. Okay. I'm gonna screen share application window. Okay. And I'm gonna link his video to the description, to the description below. I want you to hear it back, and I'll come back to my commentary.
I haven't done a video on Donald Trump in a while, but he's been pulling a lot of stunts here lately that just got my attention. I have to speak about things Donald Trump is doing. Now, this week, Donald Trump had fired the FBI Director James Comey, the same guy that was investigating him with his ties to Russia. Now, Donald Trump, he did it so dirty, in my opinion, that the man was out speaking and he found out he was fired over the television. He didn't even let the man get back to Washington and fired the man. No kind of decency at all. Anyone that stands up to Donald Trump or question him, he immediately goes to fire them, and he brings in a yes man or a yes woman because that's what he's used to all his life. He's not used to being challenged. He's not used to being questioned. And he's trying to run the country like he runs his corporation. And that's a very dangerous thing that he's doing. Now, after he's fired James Comey, in his letter to him, he has stated that you told me numerous of times that I wasn't under investigation. Now, why did he have the need to put that in that letter? Why? That had nothing to do with telling James Comey he was fired. He was trying to cover his tracks. Now, he fires the FBI director that is investigating him. His own attorney general, Jeff Sessions, recused himself from the Russian investigation because he is compromised as well. Michael Flynn had to resign because of him being compromised with the Russia situation. Now, after that, Donald Trump schedules a secret meeting with the foreign minister and ambassador from Russia. These two guys that you saw in the picture. Secretly. He didn't want the American media there at all. Nobody would have even known this happened if the Russian didn't put these pictures out. So basically, they exposing Trump in a sly way. So the thing is, you fire the guy investigating your ties to Russia. Then right after that, you invite the foreign minister and ambassador as well to the Oval Office. Now, this is the problem that I have with this situation. I am so sick and tired of the double standards, how it is in this country when you're Caucasian versus when you're a black person. Because if this was Barack Obama and he would have did all this stuff this man is doing, they would have impeached that man so fast he would have made 30 days. This guy is literally bringing people in that America has sanctions on. America deemed Russia as an enemy combatant, and yet this guy just brings them into the Oval Office, having conversations with them. All the drama that's going on with him in Russia, and yet he does this the same week he fires the FBI director. How much more is the writing on the wall that this guy is compromised with Russia? I mean, how much more do you need to see? I mean, if you didn't believe it before, this should have just flat out told you. And what do Russia have on him? Now, I'm so curious. They got something on him because you don't bend like this when no one has something on you. I mean, what, did he go to Russia and he do something and they got pictures on him? They got something because powerful men don't bend like this for nobody. So it makes me think they have something on him and he better play ball or they're going to expose him. That's what I'm looking at the situation. These guys that's in the Oval Office laughing at Trump because they controlling him. they put the pictures out. I know you talking about, look, we want the media to know. But yeah, they still exposed you anyway, Trump. Let's see your followers and your fans explain all that. But I know you're gonna blame Obama again. You know, like the situation when Obama was in office. Y'all say, well, he needs to stop blaming Bush. Bush is not in there anymore. Well, stop blaming Obama. He's not in there anymore. It's always Obama this, Obama that. Obama ain't thinking about what he got going on right now. But they up there pocket watching Obama, worrying about his speeches and him getting $400,000 for a speech. That's what they doing, pocket watching. Shoot, if I was brought to Obama, I'll go do a speech too. Why not? You just talking and you can make $400,000, please. But the thing is, this guy is compromised. The best thing for this country to do is impeach him. Seriously. This guy is pulling Richard Nixon type of stuff. He really is. And the dangerous thing is you have those oppressive Republicans up there that's trying to back everything this guy up is doing. The Republicans don't even care about the country itself. They just care about their political party and their agenda. So Trump can do whatever the hell he wants to do up there. They act like they're afraid of him or something. I don't know what he got over them as well, but they're not telling him nothing. But you guys need to explain this to me, how he fires the FBI director, then have a secret meeting with the Russians, don't want the American press there. Then they end up putting out pictures and say, yeah, look, we was at the White House. You thought you hid something. And now he going to have to try to explain that. And it's funny how he explains something and they just take it. But if this was Barack Obama, hell would broke loose real quick. You know it, and I know. It's just quite funny how these double standards work in this country based upon skin color. Join us on Patreon for a minimum of $2 or $5 per month. Each level has its different perks, and it also supports the show and help us to keep going. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about Donald Trump's secret backdoor meeting with the Russians after he fired the FBI director. Share the video, like the commentary, and subscribe on News Story.
Okay, so that's one of them. And I'm gonna copy. So I'm gonna leave that in the description under fair use. Everybody gonna get called. Everybody gonna get called out today. Everyone, Blair, anti-social justice, warrior. Everybody gonna get called out today. Hold up. This is the one.
Fired FBI Director James Comey. Sent him a
Hold
letter.
up. Hold
thanked
up.
him.
Hold up. I'm gonna redo it. And I'll give you the rest of my commentary after this.
On Tuesday evening, news broke that President Donald Trump had fired FBI Director James Comey, sent him a letter, thanked him for not pressing charges against him or telling him he did nothing wrong 3 different times. But the reasoning that the Trump administration gave, that Donald Trump himself gave for firing James Comey, was his handling of the Hillary Clinton email sideshow, basically. According to Trump and people within the White House, it was the fact that James Comey decided to go on national TV, hold this press conference, and say that we're not pressing charges against Hillary Clinton, but she still did some things wrong and she was a pretty bad woman. That allegedly is what made Donald Trump, nearly a year after that event occurred, decide to fire this man. While I do not condone most of the things James Comey has done, I agree he should not have gone on television and done that, and he sure as hell shouldn't have gone and told us that they were essentially reopening the email investigation a few days before the election that did help swing it in Trump's favor. And yes, I agree that James Comey needed to go. He clearly was not good at his job, and he clearly had political motivations and is going after Hillary Clinton here. But the timing is what everyone is talking about, because that is what's so important here. It's not that Donald Trump fired the FBI director, even though that's only happened one other time in the history of the FBI, which is important to point out. Bill Clinton fired the FBI director in 1993 after it was revealed that this guy had very serious ethical lapses, not because, like James Comey, he did one thing wrong. This guy was a borderline criminal running the FBI. That's why Bill Clinton fired him. That aside, do not think for 1 second that Donald Trump fired James Comey because of the Hillary Clinton email saga. Maybe Donald Trump is pissed off that he didn't bring charges against Hillary Clinton. We don't know that for sure. We do know that Donald Trump tweets about that at least once or twice a week, so maybe that played a small role. But the real reason James Comey was fired is because he is investigating, he is leading the inquiry into the involvement of Trump campaign officials with the Russians. That is why James Comey was fired. A lot of people out there want to say that no, that had nothing to do with it. Some Republicans are out there saying you got to move on. There's some Democrats out there saying that this had nothing to do with the Russians. I'm sorry, but that's simply not true. You're lying to yourself if you honestly believe that James Comey was fired by Donald Trump because he hurt his political opponent. That makes no sense. The only logical conclusion that a rational thinking person can come to at this point is that James Comey was leading this Russia inquiry, whether he wanted to or not, and they were getting closer. We know in recent weeks that this investigation has been heating up. We're finding out more and more about Michael Flynn every day. Sally Yates went into the Senate and lambasted Ted Cruz and the rest of the Republicans there. Things are heating up. On top of that, you have to factor in that James Comey is the third person investigating the Trump administration and campaign's connections to Russia who has been fired. Sally Yates, Preet Bharara, all fired, all investigating the connections to Russia. This thing stinks to high heaven. And if you can't see that, if you don't understand that, then you're in the wrong business and you shouldn't be talking about it. There is no question why James Comey was fired. Even Republicans in the Senate, hardcore folks like John McCain, understand why James Comey was fired. Had nothing to do with Hillary Clinton. Had James Comey been fired when Trump came into office, maybe it could have been plausible that he fired him because of the way he handled the Hillary Clinton email situation. Had he advised Barack Obama to fire him before Trump was even sworn in, we could have bought that. But right now, in the current mess of a situation that's going on, absolutely untrue. There are reports from White House insiders saying that Donald Trump has spent the last few weeks screaming at the television because of the coverage of the Russian connections. And while I don't know exactly what will come of these Russian investigations, I don't think it's smart to get us involved in a new Cold War or potentially a ground war with another nuclear superpower. I do think we need to know what happened. We need to know who spoke to whom and about what. We need to know to what extent Russians were involved with any of the hacking that took place. Was it a lone wolf? Was it just a group of people who happened to be Russians? Or was it directed by the Russian government? Those are questions we need answers to, and questions that we cannot just assume, yes, they did it, let's go get them. We have to be rational about this, but we also have to be realistic. And that is, we have to understand the fact that James Comey, the timing of this firing is because he was investigating Russia. If you like this video, make sure that you like, comment, and share, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to help support Ring of Fire, go to patreon.com/TheRingOfFire. Become a monthly patron to help support independent progressive media.
So you got it from two perspectives. You got it from that, and you got it from the Ring of Fire. People like Miss Blair, you know, thinking that it's all the Democrat. Yep. None of these anti-SJWs, somebody like Computing Forever, and all of these other people is not talking about that. But if it's a Democratic person that goes against Trump, oh, they must be a special snowflake. I don't hear War Corps talking about it. I don't hear none of these people talking about it. I don't hear none of these people. None of these people is not talking about it because, oh, he gonna be the advocating of free speech and this and that and the third and all of these other things that it is because our guy Donald Trump wins, so we have to go and kiss his ass. Not gonna happen. I'm gonna show you something. Let me go back to the screen. Impeachment march. Sunday, July 2nd. I'm going to be there. This is an impeachment march worldwide. And from the organizer who brought the tax march in Los Angeles on Sunday, July 2nd. We demand that Congress to do their job and to remove the president from the White House. Think of this as an enormous town hall meeting. By my count, there is 4 grounds to impeach Donald Trump. He violated Article 2. He accusing his duties as president by the accused that accused the predecessor, President Obama, to undertake a legal impeachable act that had no evidence for this accusation, taking bribes for taking value. He making his own hotel while he's in office. See, Presidents can be impeached for whatever the Constitution calls high crimes and misdemeanor. The question is no longer whether there are grounds to impeach Trump, but the practical question is with the political will. The march will begin and end in Los Angeles City Hall with many entertainment sports along the way. I'm going to this one. And the reason why I'm going is to make a statement. If you're not going to call them out, we going to call them out. French got their act together. They didn't want Le Pen to be the next French president, so they said, "Fuck it, we had the lesser two evil. He may do something wrong, but we not gonna do it." And now these anti-SJWs on YouTube is saying, "Well, she would have been better." They don't know the history. I'm gonna leave you Professor Black True video about it because it's a very long video, and I'm gonna put that in the description below. To tell you about the Mike Le Pen.
Unless you've been hiding.
Sorry about that. I'm gonna share Professor Black True video. It'll be in the description below. This is a 22-minute video. I don't want to go in that. If you want to do the research about it, you could do that. He is talking about how white supremacists this and that and the third, and why it didn't happen in the way that it is. I think it's about healthcare. And Blair and all the anti-SJWs and feminists vote against their own economic interests. I'm gonna tell you why. Blair, you a fucking transsexual. What if you go for coverage and you go and say, I'm a transsexual, and they say, okay, since you have a penis and since you have that, you have a pre-existing condition, you're a transsexual, we can't give you coverage. Or he take the hormone medication from you to keep the estrogen in your body for you to be a woman. Then at that point it'll be a problem, but you say, fuck them, they whining. Well, we have something to say. Fuck you. If you want people to be uninsured because my president can't do nothing right, fuck you. You and Therian and all of these other people, you voting your own people and you're throwing your own people under the bus. And they don't respect that, because if you're not like that, then if you like that, if you like that is one thing, but if you're trying to be the person like say, oh, I want everybody to follow my rules because this and that and the other, like Andy Worski, he making a video about Missouri U about the low enrollment thing. You don't know what's going on with the low enrollment. You don't know if people not coming to that college. You don't know that they have a bad drought. You don't know nothing about that. You just reading stuff that possibly can be irrelevant. I'm gonna tell all y'all people that are free speech warriors and free speech activists and all of these other things. Freedom of speech does not guarantee or in or protect you from any criticism or freedom of association. When a job get rid of you, they are saying the freedom of associating. I'm not going to associate with a person that will mess up my brand. Example, I may have a predominantly child development center for special needs. And if I heard one of my workers was talking shit about a about special needs, about handicapped people, I can let him go for freedom of association because that person will mess up my brand. That person will mess up my business. That person, I will get my business will suffer a financial loss. Get what I'm saying? When people fire people, the reason why they fire them because they don't want to suffer a financial loss. They rather to let the person go than to suffer a financial loss. That's called freedom of association. That's what Blair and all these other anti-social justice warrior people don't understand. Freedom of association, freedom of speech does not mean freedom of association. Freedom of association means I'm not gonna associate myself with you. I'm not gonna go and associate myself with a person that is a bigot or a homophobe or that or etc. 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 I'm gonna end my broadcast by saying this. People don't have to agree with you. You may have radical people does it, but that doesn't mean you can blame her as a whole. Like you say about your social justice, or not all of us is like that. Stop labeling. Y'all need to take your own advice and stop labeling the other people on the other side. So I'm going to end this broadcast. And all I have to say is goodbye, good luck, and have a good one.